continue to get slipped by, but you know, some people came along, questioned the shit, and then people start trying to make shit up about it, and that still didn't work. So mass, goodbye. You know, you're just a motherfucking invention that Newton created so that he could create a force, so that he could create gravity and sell that to the blue pill people. But anyway, it was nice while it lasted. It's a new day. Have a nice day. You may remain seated.
And how did you know the deceased?
I'm sorry, what did you say, sir?
I said, what was your relationship with the deceased?
Well, the deceased never really existed. See, my job was to come and get that fairy tale, you know, kind of put to bed, because it's just a fairy tale, like, you know, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairies, Peter Pan, all that type of shit. It's the same type of, you know, but, you know, people like yourself seems to take that shit, like, you know, for reality, so I had to kind of, you know, introduce the facts.
You don't feel like it's a bit insensitive during a time like this?
Why? What's so insensitive about it? It was dumb to begin with. You really should be having a party instead of a damn funeral, because now you're not being misled. I mean, do you like being misled?
There's a lot of people in here who don't agree with that, Slick, and I don't think that they respect those type of words on a day like this, man.
Well, you shouldn't be sad about being misled, man. You should be up. You should be having drinks, celebrating that you ain't falling for that bullshit anymore, right? I mean, you would think. Come on, man. I mean, you know, I mean, unless the IQ of the people in here are not that high, maybe that's what you're talking about.
It's all right, Kosho. He's free to have that opinion.
We all have our beliefs.
You know. Well, you all do have your beliefs, and, you know, I respect that. You know, you got to do what works for you. All I can say is do the best you can.
Yeah, well, don't tell me what to do.
Dude, you got to do what you know what works for you. It's not.
Don't you tell Lewis about Lewis?
It's not my place to tell you what to do, man. It's just
then why are you doing it?
Listen, dude, all you can do is do the best you can.
Do the best I can.
That's just a general statement. That's just a general statement. I'm not talking to you in particular. I'm just saying all a person can do is the best they can.
I'm not going to do the best I can.
Dude, you have to do it. Do whatever works for you.
Why are you telling him about him? Stop it.
I'm not talking to him. I'm talking in general, as anybody, any person. All you can do is do the best you can.
Why, don't tell me to do the best I can, okay? I'm going to do what I want to do.
Who are you? That's like me telling you you can't have a pencil neck. I can't stop you from having a pencil neck.
Don't tell me to have a pencil neck.
I didn't say you had. I didn't tell you to have a pencil neck. I said I can't stop you from having a pencil neck.
Don't tell me to have a pencil neck.
I just told you I can't. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you stuck and stupid?
Don't tell me I'm stuck and stupid.
I'm asking you, are you stuck and stupid?
Don't ask me that question.
I hope this ain't the best y'all got, this motherfucker.
It's better than anything you've ever come up with.
Damn.
So who's shitting your hat, Slick? I mean, we can all...
What are you talking about now, Deep Throat? What the fuck are you talking about now?
That shit in your hat that we see.
Okay, motherfucker, you talk like you got a mouthful of motherfucking gravel. Why don't you concern yourself about that first before you worry about my hat? Spit out some of that gravel.
Shit, Slick.
Spit out some of that gravel, you gargling. Fuck you gargling fucking rocks for? You need to worry about that.
Who's shitting your hat, Slick?
Is that what happened to your voice when you get something shoved down at that damn deep in your throat, that your voice get all gravelly?
What are these facts that you're pretending to have, Slick? Who's shitting your hat? Let's get to the bottom of it.
Dude, how many times you gonna keep saying that dumbass shit over and over again?
Till we get to the bottom of it. Now, who's shitting your hat?
Nigga. Man, Is this the best y'all got? Damn, because I thought Lewis was the motherfucking damn. This is worse.
What is best? Who decides what's best? Why do you ask questions if you only operate in facts? You should already know. You have your facts, Slick. Why do you ask questions?
Dude, if you have a conversation you want to start it, man, and stop talking that bull.
Hey, don't tell us to start a conversation.
Who the fuck are you?
Well, what is this if? Either you're having a conversation or you're not. How do you not know? And what is a conversation, Slick? Because I've never seen you have one.
Well, that's probably because you have the head up your ass. You got to get your head out your ass if you're going to understand.
Don't tell me to take my head out of my ass.
I think that
hell, you can't understand what's going on around you with your head in your ass. So get your head out your ass, and then maybe you'll hear something.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Don't tell me what to do.
Is this motherfucker's mouth on autopilot or something? What the fuck is this motherfucker talking about?
He's a fairly independent person, man. He doesn't like to be told to.
Yeah, I see he's independent. His mouth is on, he's got random mouth disorder.
Slick sounds like you got that random ass disorder.
Dude, do you have something you want, a topic or something, motherfucker? You just gonna keep talking that dumb shit over and over again.
Slick, did you shit yourself into existence?
Damn, what the fuck, man?
You can't prove you're born. You don't know that you were born. I think you did. Slick
it goes
existence.
Well, it goes like this, Curved. I mean, I'm here, right?
I don't know that.
Well, I'm just saying, I know that. So what the fuck do I need to understand about anything about being born for? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you don't think, and you don't understand. You don't know. So why would anybody listen to you?
Well, I'm here, dude. I know that.
You don't know that.
Let me say that I'm aware. Hold on. Let me correct myself because I know you're looking for a word to chomp on. I am aware. I'm aware that I'm here. How's that? See, being aware does not fall into your belief system. So does that
Actually,
work better
it does
for you?
because you have to believe in the validity of your senses.
Hold on now. Hold the fuck on. Can you give me a citation? Can you pull up a citation, or
there's no need to tell us to hold on, okay? Don't tell me to hold on.
I'm looking for a citation, Mr. Peck. I don't know if you're just pulling it out your ass.
I'm not pulling it out of my ass at all.
Okay, well then do you have
it's a presupposition. It is a grounded presupposition that your senses provide valid information.
Okay, so show me where awareness has something to do with belief. If you could do that, I'd appreciate it. If not, take a seat.
Brian,
as you are the person, I'll provide as much evidence as you provide of anything, and I am not. It is not on me to go and find something for you.
No worries.
You can go look it up.
No worries. But see, when I say knowledge, you say knowledge is a subset of beliefs. So I'm not using knowledge. Now I'm using awareness. Is awareness a subset of beliefs too, motherfucker, that I don't know about?
But awareness requires you to be aware of your sensory input, and your sensory input is going to have to be validated by your belief.
Okay, are you just making this shit up, or is this some shit that you just? Can you give me a citation? Because I know you can give me a definition.
I don't care what the citation says.
Hold on, slow down. You sound like you're afraid. Now I know you can give me a definition.
The person who's afraid is the one who's immediately running to the citation. I'm calm and having a good time here.
Why are you running your mouth?
You're getting angry. It's probably
like
the
you're being
thing
scared, dude. Let me get the statement out if you're not afraid.
I'm so scared that I'm the one that's yelling about this
because
things.
I'm trying to talk over you when you start interrupting me. Now you have a definition or belief that says that knowledge is a subset of belief. So I understand that I can't use knowledge, but if I say I have awareness is not a subset of beliefs. Now, if you could show me a definition that awareness is a subset of beliefs like you do knowledge, then you'll be saying something. Other than that, you're just talking out the side of your ass.
Literally
everything. You just created an additional problem for yourself because you have to have awareness. You have to have sensory input. For sensory input, you have to believe in the validity of that input.
Okay, so where can you show me this? Can you pull up the definition of awareness and show me that in the definition?
Ahem.
Yeah, you just making shit. You just make shit up.
Ahem.
It's getting hot.
I don't know
Yeah.
why you motherfuckers think that every time you just make some shit up on the spot, that shit's
Oh,
gonna
damn.
fly.
Fred. Look at the definition of awareness. Knowledge
Yeah,
or
Lewis.
perception of a situation.
Lewis,
So
you're
knowledge.
right.
Hold on, let me look at this
actually
bitch.
awareness.
Hold on. Let me look at it, motherfucker. Did you post it or you just reading it? Okay.
Ahem.
Now hold on, bitch. Let me read this. Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact.
Don't tell me to let you do
We
something.
need to raise. Hold on now, because you may have something there. I may not be able to use awareness. I may have to find something else because
We don't need to do that.
Let me just understand what this is saying. Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Now hold on a second now, because can you break this down about knowledge? I want to try to understand this part about knowledge about a fact. Now, is that a belief, knowledge about a fact?
And anything.
Yes.
We don't know nothing.
Okay, so you can have knowledge about a fact.
Of course. That is one of the main reasons why you say when you only deal in facts that it's quite funny to anyone who's got even a cursory level understanding of philosophy.
Yeah, anyone has any awareness.
Okay, well, you know what? Well, then I'm going to still roll with this because it says knowledge of a fact, and I don't see the word belief in there. So I can
Which is
still
a
roll with
subset of
this.
belief, therefore you have beliefs. Thank you, Slick. You can check out now.
Well, then you could do whatever. If you think you got to win, listen, dude, if you think you got to win, roll with it. I congratulate you. Congratulations on your win, motherfucker.
It's literally just accept that. Yeah.
Now, like I said, I like this because this has knowledge in it, and this definition doesn't show belief in it anywhere whatsoever. And it says, so maybe what's happening is that the definition of belief needs to be rewritten because here it has no belief in it.
Yes, we need to rewrite the definitions of philosophy because Slick James wants
then I
to
tell you what. Then I reject the word awareness. I won't use that word. And if awareness is tied any way to belief, then I reject the word altogether.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
epic
way to go,
win.
Slick.
It ain't hot.
So now I got to find a new word
Slick.
to state reality. So that's all. It's not a big deal. I'm sure there's one. I'm sure there's one somewhere.
You never had many words to start with.
Slick.
What, motherfucker? What?
Oh shit, he's aware of me.
Come on, motherfucker. You
What?
hollering what?
Sorry, I just debunked your bullshit.
Oh, here's another motherfucker. So you got a gotcha too? Is that what this is? A motherfucker gotcha fest? Sit your stupid ass down.
If you're gonna talk out your ass, at least make a proper go.
Now, I
of it.
done already told you I reject the word. If the word has anything to do with belief, then I reject it.
We got him, boys. We got him. Epic win.
I just posted the definition of self-awareness, which requires beliefs.
Didn't I just tell you I reject the word, you dumb motherfucker?
I was about to call that out and say, you motherfucker. Did I just say I
Damn, I
fucking
just fucking told you I reject the fucking word.
We got him, boys.
Every day Slick's dictionary gets smaller and
And
smaller.
like I said, listen, if that's a motherfucking victory for you, motherfucker, I toast to you, dumbass. Let me raise my coffee cup to you, dumbass, okay?
What a melodramatic way to end this funeral. Beautiful.
So now I gotta come up with I gotta do some dictionary motherfucking searching for how in the fuck
Oh
can
shit,
you
you gotta learn to
experience
read
reality. In other words, well here it is, Kurt. I'm experiencing reality, and there seems to be no motherfucking word that I can convey this to you, stupid motherfucker. So I gotta try to find one that'll get you to understand the point. Because see, you're programmed. You're programmed by language
Perhaps the
code.
beliefs are not
Hold on,
commensurate
bitch,
with
was I
reality.
finished? Bitch, was I finished?
Yeah.
Now you're programmed by language code, just like a computer code. You can't really alter the words because the program will crash. So what I have to do is come up with the exact word that will
out of touch with reality, my man.
define my experience of reality. You
He
understand?
has no beliefs. He has no.
See, in your motherfucking world, you have to go
Shut
through
up.
beliefs,
You know,
which means, you know, you have to believe shit that's not true. See, so that's your world. I don't live in that motherfucking reality, so I gotta find a phrase.
On a serious note, that is such a misunderstanding of the situation. It's not even funny. It's no
Okay,
wonder you fucking lost.
Well, show me to understand. Instead of saying it's a misunderstanding, why don't you clear it up?
No, you're fucking stupid.
Oh, no, exactly. Well, then sit your ass down.
What you do every time you get shown up.
You ain't showing up shit. I chose. Listen, bitch, I asked you to tell me what the fuck, and now you said no. So shut the fuck up.
You were fucking babbling. Now,
I told you the only thing I need to do is come up with another phrase for experiencing reality. That's it, because that's what I'm doing. I am experiencing reality. Now, if these words like knowledge and awareness means belief, then that means that I just can't use those words to describe experiencing reality.
You can't say you're experiencing.
See, what you got to understand is this. Dude, listen, this is what you got to understand. See, this motherfucking code that you go by, like beliefs and knowledge, well, see, that's written by your system. I don't live in your motherfucking system. See, that's your system, not mine.
You can't say you're experiencing reality. You don't know.
Yes, listen, this is what you're missing. When you say, hold on, dude, let me explain to you. When you say that I don't know that, what you have to understand is that you're speaking in your programming. See, I'm not part of your programming. That's what you're missing. That's the big part of this.
That's what you believe, yeah?
See, you're speaking from your programming again.
Uh-huh.
So you can't say anything. See, you are programmed, and you are programmed by code, and you can't live outside of that. But I'm not in your programming code, so your code does not apply to me. Don't you get that by now?
You can't tell me I'm using my programming code.
I'm not running on your, but I'm not running on your program. So stop trying to get your program to apply to me.
I'm not running on the program you think I'm running on.
You're running on a program that you say you're running on, the one of beliefs.
No, I'm not.
That's what you said?
No, that's a belief you have.
No, so you don't have beliefs?
Do you?
No, do you?
No, do you?
Oh, see, you just a stupid motherfucker. Now you stuck. See, this is what happened when the program crashes. See, when you get hit with some real shit, your program crashes and you start repeating shit.
Why do you get to tell them what happened? Just worry about yourself, idiot.
I'm outside of the program,
worry about
bitch.
yourself.
I'm outside of the program.
You understand because being outside the program, he's the only one who can criticize and tell people what to do. But don't tell him about it.
Dude, you could do anything you want, motherfucker. If you want to have beliefs, have them. I'm not telling you not to have beliefs so you can't, bitch.
What you tell me is wrong. Otherwise.
It firmly believes that, by the way, guys.
I told you I am not in your program. What the fuck? How come you can't understand?
I'm in a program. You're going to have to validate that I'm in a program. At this point, you're going to have to now validate that I'm in a program and explain how that's a fact. And find a way to ascertain that fact and then deliver that fact without using any beliefs, knowledge, awareness, or start.
Then do it.
Oh, so now what you're telling me is that I could wait a minute, hold on, because this is
what I'm telling you is
hold up, bitch? Would you shut up so I can answer the man, you gravel mouth motherfucker?
There is no answer other than telling.
I'm trying to answer the man, bitch. Are you trying to save him? Now you know he just stuck his foot in his mouth, and you're trying to save his ass.
Yeah,
that's what happened. See, Curve realized you just put your foot in your mouth, and Curve is trying to help you.
Right now, Curve is trying to make sure my feet don't get stinky.
No, Curve is trying to save your ass because he just knows that you said some dumb shit there.
Telling you, go ahead.
Damn, if I could even remember what the conversation was, Deep Throat.
Curve, it's okay. I was the one who shit in his hat. It's all right.
Okay, now let me get back to my line. Now here's the thing, dude. What you did. Damn, this motherfucker's still talking. So what you did was you gave me the parameters to explain myself, but the parameters are within your program. But I'm not in your program. So notice how you put the stipulation on me that in order for me to explain myself, I have to be part of your program. See, that don't make no fucking sense.
You're the dumb bitch. You said you couldn't use the words awareness, beliefs, or knowledge earlier.
So there you go. So do you understand that, Pet? Pecker.
No, at this point, you're not actually saying that you're not in the program. You're just actually running a filter on the programs that are available within the operating system.
I'm not in your whole motherfucking system at all.
That's just not true.
Here, the only part that I am in your system is the physical. See, let me explain to you. See, I was born into this reality world of yours. You understand what I'm saying? So I had all these motherfucking rules placed upon me by default. Now, what I am trying to explain to you is that I understand that. I'm not really part of these motherfucking rules. They're just some belief rules that are put on a motherfucker until you can break out of it. See, so it's like a motherfucker that was in prison.
By that definition,
can I finish, please? I know, but can I finish? I mean, can I finish, or is there a problem? Now,
there's a huge problem.
Okay, but I'm not finished though, bitch. Why don't you let me finish before you start running your mouth? Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that I was, hold the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, then respond. Now, I was born into a prison, and now I escaped from that prison. Now, you are still in the motherfucking prison. Now, you asking me to explain to you about your prison, but the only way that I could do it is if I'm inside the prison. But I'm out. So that's why I'm telling you I can't do that for you. You understand now?
Actually, no, because that doesn't make any sense. You're still bound within the same set of rules that I am.
No.
You are just refusing to acknowledge.
No, that's what you don't understand. So you are speaking from inside your prison. I'm not bound to shit. I've escaped.
Yeah, what if you gain out of this escape? What powers do you have that no one else has because of your
control over my own mind?
Yeah, that's part of his religion. That's what he believes.
Now, explain to me what control over your own mind means, because that just sounds like a vacuous term that you just threw out.
Yeah, I could do that for you. Control over my own mind means that I don't have to go by your programming. Like when you, in your world, everybody must have beliefs in order to think and all that bullshit. Well, that's what I mean. See, I've escaped from that. I don't live in that world.
Yeah, so slick. By that, then you were less free than I am, and you place yourself in your own prison because now you don't even have a full dictionary available to you because you can't use words associated with belief.
That's fine.
It sounds like I'm not in a prison. You're just putting yourself in a small box and saying, "Look, I'm free."
Okay. Now let me explain something to you. See, here's the difference, though. What you have is a vocabulary, and I have reality. Which one would you rather have? A bunch of motherfucking words or reality?
The words exist within reality, and I now have more of them. And I also have the I have the rest of reality that I never lost. So slick, it looks like I'm actually winning this battle.
Hold on, you ain't, dude. I know you want to congratulate yourself because you think that you're the ref of your own fight.
Epic win.
You right there. Words is just something that's in your imagination. There are no words in reality, motherfucker. I don't know where you got that bullshit from.
Are you saying that the syllables that utter that give a description to something aren't real?
No words in reality, dude. Okay, what I am saying is that, now listen very carefully. What I am saying is that if you take your imagination out of the picture, there are no words out there. Reality isn't speaking.
Fuck me.
Come on, man.
Of course, words are in reality.
It's just like, in other words, let me give you an example. What you call a tree, right? The tree doesn't call itself that.
No, labeling is an inherent part of reality.
You're misunderstanding what language is for. Completely.
I know what language is for. It's for communication.
You're misunderstanding it. You think it's a label to create an imagination, but it's not. It's a label to understand
are in
and
your
agree on what
imagination.
something is.
Words are in your imagination.
No, they're not.
Completely fake, though.
Okay, so do you think a river? Okay,
I'm telling you words.
I know, and I'm telling you what's real.
Imaginary.
Do you think that a river calls itself a river?
That's not
nothing to do with that. A river.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The idea of you naming it is in your imagination.
You saying river? I know what you're talking about. We agree on the meaning of river. Some water flowing along, right? We agree on that. So it has a good use. Because if we didn't agree, I wouldn't know what you're talking about when you said river.
Well, thanks. Well, thanks, Don. That was really insightful. Thank you.
Boom. We got him again.
More insightful than what you've said for 2 hours.
No, dude, what I'm trying to tell you is that there are no words in reality. When I'm saying
untrue, I live in reality and I'm using words right now.
if you shut the fuck
You're
up and let
lying,
me.
though, ain't you? Because
Okay,
words
well then
exist in
get it
reality.
all
I'm
out.
saying them
Okay,
right
get it
now,
all out.
in reality.
I know this
I'm
hurts.
using
Get it all
them
out.
to tell you you are garbage.
Okay, get it all out. How many times? How many times do you want to say that over and over now? Now, do you need to continue saying this, and so I can get back to my explanation?
Don't say this. Don't say words don't exist in reality. Don't say that.
Okay, don't tell me what not to say. You just get the shit out your system, and then I'll do my thing. You don't speak for me.
Man. Don't say
Fuck
lies.
you. You worry about your honesty. Let me worry about
you,
my.
liar.
I'll worry about my honesty. You worry about yours. How's that?
Just wait till you lie next time and listen to me.
Dude, just get it out your system. I'll wait till you're done. I'll wait till you're fucking done.
Oh, carry on. Just
okay,
be aware that when you lie,
man, shut the fuck up.
Tell you. No, you
shut your stupid ass
you
up.
You shut your stinky
Now, a
ass
river
up.
or a tree.
Fuck you, bitch. Talking shit. Is
there any lies in this? Kosher, where you at? Are you in the bathroom? Kosher, are you in the bathroom right now? Because usually you pipe the fuck up and say stop interrupting people.
Why are you a nigger? Why are you a nigger?
No, don't do that.
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Damn, is there any mods around? Come on,
Who was
man.
that?
That was Sonic.
Well, Sonic should be removed.
Yeah, we don't play that shit here.
Now, what I was trying to explain is when I say that words don't exist in reality, I'm not saying they don't exist because you don't use them in communication. What I am saying is that reality doesn't. Reality. Damn, can I finish, dude?
What the fuck? What?
Now, what I'm saying is that reality doesn't, like a river, doesn't call itself a river. You only call it a river for purposes of communication. So that's what I mean when I say words don't exist in reality. Reality doesn't use words to describe itself.
It's almost like he thinks that humans are separate from reality, and then when we use words to describe ourselves, that we're not actually in reality. That's a very weird thing to say.
Yeah.
No, what I am saying is that the words that you use are in your imagination.
No, they come from a dictionary. It's in reality, a book that explains the meaning of many, many words. This exists.
No kidding.
Right, so stop saying it doesn't.
Man, listen.
Chance of that.
What the fuck? You'll be saying numbers don't exist in reality next. What the fuck?
Damn, something that simple, you fight it.
Babies are just in your imagination. They don't
It's
exist
like how,
in reality.
you know what it's like? It's like how far will you go against yourself to make me wrong?
You don't go against yourselves at all. You just keep making the box that you live in smaller and smaller.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Okay, but that's okay. But that's okay. I don't mind living in this small box if that's what reality is.
Don't mind living in a small box.
Right, if that's reality, then that's my box.
Pseudo-reality is so much more expansive and able to be explained, and has more things to be perceived, and more everything than his little reality, where he shouldn't be able to communicate at all, nor should he be able to ascertain anything. Everything should just be. That's a really small world, Slick.
That's okay, but this is my thing. I would rather be in a small world of. I would rather be in a very small world of reality than to be in a big ass universe of some bullshit.
Preach it.
Now that's my contention on the shit.
Whether you like it or not, Slick, you are in our reality.
Bitch, here you go again. You don't tell me where I am. You tell you where you are. I decide where I am, not you.
I decide where you are.
No, you don't. See that? See, that's your program. See, listen. That's your program.
Consider the internet for a second, Slick. We're over here in America with basically unfiltered access to everything. You over there in North Korea can't even get a Steam account to work unless you're Kim Jong-un himself.
I don't know what your point. Are you making a point?
Yeah, you have so many filters set to everything that you're completely blinded to the outside. You have this small thing that you've stuck yourself in, and you're ignoring the rest of it.
Dude, have you ever heard of that? What is that thing they always talk about? That cave, that allegory of the cave shit that I keep hearing. You ever heard of that?
love to hear what your version of it is.
No, I'm not asking you about a version. I'm asking you, have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, of course.
Heard of what?
Okay.
Plato's allegory.
Shut up.
Because it sounds like what it sounds like is that people that have always been in a prison don't understand what it is to be outside of that prison. So when they encounter somebody outside of the prison, they just think that he's all fucked up because he's not where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but you are now in the corner, still looking at the flames, saying, "No, I don't want to see all of them. I just want to see this little bit." That's what you're doing. You're still chained in the cave. You're just reacting badly.
Sorry, there's so many people talking. I can't. I hear nothing but mush.
In the prison because he's not in it. He has said this.
He is in it.
Yeah, he escaped from prison and jumped directly into a steamer trunk and said, "Now I'm free."
Is this one of those situations where it's like, if a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a sound?
This is what I don't understand, Peck. Now this is what you're saying. Now let's just say you're in the prison and I escape. Well, if you haven't escaped, how do you know what the escape is like? And you've never escaped.
You haven't actually escaped. You just jumped in a steamer trunk that happened to be in the laundromat and said you're free.
Okay.
See, what I'm hearing about this is that he's saying we're all born into this earth, whatever world, and we're told what things are. We just go with that. We just accept what we're told, and he's choosing to just not just accept things anymore, just on face value. That we have to learn for ourselves what really matters. So, like, I don't think it's his argument. I don't know. I don't think his argument so much with the tree being called a tree. It's just that somebody else decided that was a tree, and we signed on to it. We said, sure. But we don't know if it was a tree. How do we know it's a tree? What is a tree? You have to, this is just something somebody invented.
Well, labeled.
It's a good label, yeah. I like the label, tree. I like saying it. To me, it shows a brown thing sprouting up with green things on it. This is what I see in my mind when I say the word tree.
Yeah, but you only see it in your mind because somebody told you that's what a tree is.
Yeah, but I could make up my own word for it, couldn't I? The green fluffy thing, or boo-boo, or whatever. I could make up something. But no one else will know what I'm talking about. So
yeah, right.
I accepted the label of tree because it's as good as any.
Right, but I think that the point is that these things have been decided before we got to say in it. So we just signed on to it, which is fine. I mean, that's what gets us through every day. But some people have chosen to step aside from that and say, you know what? It's not that I have a problem with you calling that a tree, because everybody does. I just don't know what a tree is because I didn't get to come up with it. Who is the person that decided that that's a tree?
My metaphor is Slick's not outside. He's still looking at the same shadows. He's just saying, I don't want to call it that anymore. You know what I mean? He hasn't even made his way out of the cave. He's just crying about the shadows now.
But Don, that is the statement that would come from somebody who's still locked in. That's the statement that you would make.
Slick, you can't get out. This is reality.
Right,
you can understand it. You can be enlightened about it. You don't get out of it unless you kill yourself.
Don, listen. You can't get out, and you think that because you can't get out, I can't.
No, there isn't a thing. You're saying I'm going to use language differently. That isn't getting out of a prison. That's becoming dumb.
I'm not using the language differently, Don. The only thing Don, just listen to me. The only thing that I'm saying is that a tree doesn't call itself a tree to identify itself.
We agree on this.
The tree just is.
Yes, we agree on this.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Things just are.
You think we should have a label so that when we say, do you want to go to the tree to pick some apples, we can understand what we mean when we both say it to each other? Do you want to agree on some type of label for it? Because it's not going to label itself. It's not going to name itself, is it?
Don, I get that. I get that for the purposes of communication. We say tree so that we both know what each other is talking about. But the tree does not need our communication for it to be what it is.
And nobody's saying it does.
No one says that.
Well, that's what I mean when I say words are not in reality.
But that's not
Words
true.
are in your mind, and it's just used. Hold on, dude. Words are just in your mind as a means of communication. Now, the thing
You're
with
saying
words
right now, in reality.
Dude, can I finish, John? What is your problem?
If you don't lie, it'll be easier to finish.
Okay, well then, Don, then I just won't talk because you're the arbitrator of truth.
Yes. Yes, Nick. That's one of my jobs here.
Yeah, I see.
I have a question. So, do you think it's kind of describing a sense of entitlement for somebody to go, "I'm not going to, trees just made up because I didn't get to fucking name it"? Because that's kind of what I heard earlier.
Well, I don't think it's an entitlement. I don't think that means it's entitlement. I just think he's saying, listen, you go on and do whatever you do. I'm not going to subscribe to that anymore. It's not about the tree being called a tree. It's just that you have to acknowledge that tree is going to be there, whether you call it a tree or whether you don't call it anything.
Yeah, that's not what he said at all. He actually said
that is what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying.
Language is not real, and that using a label to describe something is not real.
No, that is exactly what I'm saying. So stop telling me.
He's evoking a world where there is no such thing as language or communication, just because things don't call themselves something. Yeah. Just because something's not capable of speech doesn't mean that a word to describe it isn't a real description.
I didn't say that.
You absolutely said that.
No, I didn't. You're just not listening. See, and let me tell you why you're not listening.
In reality,
you can't hear me. Listen, this is what
you're using them right now.
This is what's happening to you. You're trying to hear me from where you are, and I'm not there. That's the problem.
No, the problem's with you not explaining stuff well.
I think you're just a profoundly poor communicator.
Whatever.
Words don't.
You're the judge. You're the judge of a profound communicator. So what can I say? You're the judge.
Well, I have to do my own judgments for myself.
Hey, you're
like
in the
anyone else. So.
Yes, you have a role. You have a role in the programming.
The judge is profoundly bad communication, and he's right on this one.
It's just like there's gatekeepers in the programming. People are assigned to keep people from escaping. That's your job, to try to make me think that I haven't escaped. That's what your role is.
Gatekeepers don't call themselves gatekeepers.
I mean, just because I expressed, I could have said nothing and I still would have been making that same judgment. It's just because I said it doesn't mean I have a role. If I hadn't said that, would you have thought I still had a role?
But you do have a role, and let me explain why you have a role. Because when I say I don't have beliefs, you know what the first thing you should say is, who gives a fuck? But you don't. You
is the first thing.
Oh, I'm not finished. You insist. No, you do have beliefs. You have them. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know why you do that? Because that is your job in the system, to keep everybody inside. The system depends on you to keep people from escaping. So what you do is this. If somebody escapes, you try to shame them back in by telling them, oh, your world is so small, you just put yourself in a box. You need to come back in here with us where we have all the space. See, that's your job, is to try to convince me of that bullshit.
Okay,
we're telling you to get out of the. Telling you to get out of the chest in the closet and come join us back in the rest of reality.
Right, and that's some bullshit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's just some bullshit you're trying to sell me.
How do you define what actually exists in your reality?
It's just a trick. I'm hip to the trick.
Slick, how do you determine if something exists in your reality?
By not having beliefs.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. How do you determine if something exists in your reality?
I just told you. By not having beliefs. And the reason it doesn't make any sense, because you're not where I am.
Okay.
You would have to be where I am to understand what I just said.
You said that words don't exist in your reality. Okay, how did you determine that?
Dude, I didn't say words don't exist. What I'm saying is that reality does not need... Oh my goodness. What I said was that reality... See what I mean? This is where you just start trying to cut me off to make sure I'm not heard. You want to bury this shit.
Pretend you didn't.
Our imaginations.
Yeah, see what I mean?
You gotta forget.
Four motherfuckers start talking and wants to make sure I didn't get that point out.
So go on. How do you determine... Hang on. How do you determine, Slick, that words do not exist in your reality?
Because I understand that things don't name themselves.
Okay, so words don't exist, but the thing that I call a tree, does that exist?
I didn't say that. The thing is what
no,
it
I'm
is.
asking you.
Humans.
I know. I just told you. The thing is what it is. In other words, that tree does not recognize itself and says, "Oh, I identify myself as a tree." The tree doesn't do that.
Didn't they? Humans said,
Okay.
"I identify as a human." That's what
Hang
we're
on,
going to
hang
call
on.
ourselves.
Yeah, hang on. Right, Slick. So, the tree does exist in reality, but it doesn't identify itself as a tree, right? So you're saying the tree is real.
The tree is real.
Right, but the fact that I call it a tree, that's not real. Like the
That's
word
real.
tree.
Yes, that's real for the purposes of communication. Yes, it's real.
It's real. Yeah.
Okay, so the word tree that I attribute to a tree in reality is real and exists in the real world.
Yes, but the point that I'm trying to make to you is that the tree itself does not identify itself as a tree because the tree just is.
We know
See,
this.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We know that trees
I'm
don't name
explaining
themselves.
it to the guy.
Yeah, but we all know
we
this.
know
We're all adults. We know trees don't name themselves, of course.
Okay, so if
No
we're
one
all
thinks that.
adults, then why are
No
we
one
struggling
thinks
with this simple point?
What's your point?
You lied 5 times. Now we're trying to understand what you meant by it.
Damn,
Yeah,
I know
do
it's so
you-
damn simple. Why are we still on this?
Well, because it seems like you think we think that trees think about themselves as trees.
Dude,
We don't
we're
think
having
that.
we're having this conversation 20 minutes later, and you say that you get it.
What?
Why'd you say it? What's the
Listen, the only thing that I was explaining to you was this. You are born into a system of programming. You are programmed by code. So you're programmed with the English language, which is really nothing. Okay, see what I mean? Now that is a code that you go by. That's why you have all these strict meanings of words and you can't get away from them. Now what I'm trying to explain to you is that I don't live in your code of programming. I'm outside of that. I have escaped
We get all
from
that,
that.
Slick. We get
Okay,
all
if
that.
you
But
get
what
it,
we
then
would
what's
get-
the problem?
Hang on.
Communicator.
We get everything that you're saying, Slick, but at first you said words don't exist in reality. Then you said words do exist in reality, but trees don't call themselves trees. So
You're confusing yourself.
you've completely backtracked on what you originally said. And
No,
then
you
you turned around and
confused
said, we
yourself.
misunderstand you.
Right.
Well,
You
no.
confuse yourself. Yeah, you're confused.
No, I agree with him, Slick.
Well, you're confused too.
No,
you're both
no,
confused.
No. Ask someone
That's
else.
all? You
Ask
think
someone
that just
else.
because you agree with him, all of a sudden that's supposed to mean something?
You don't
It
get to
means
tell us
that
that.
us two experience
tell
the
us
same
about
thing,
ourselves.
and it must be you that's wrong.
Okay, exact. Now hold it. Now let's stop right there. Notice how Dawn decided that if two people agree on something, then that automatically makes me wrong.
In
See,
this
that's how your
context.
system.
In this
Listen,
context,
dude.
yes.
Dude, listen. That's how your system keeps you programmed. Because anytime anybody gets out, all they have to do is get 5 or 6 of them together and say that he's wrong,
You
and
don't
now they
sound
think.
like a man who's out of the
Okay, never
system.
mind.
You sound
Well,
like
I
a man
can't.
crying about the system that he's in.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
you
Well, I
sound
tell you
like.
what, I'm gonna sound like a man crying that I don't want to have this conversation no more because you're annoying.
Neither do I.
It's done
Neither do
improved
I.
there.
It's ridiculous.
It's that easy. Slick. It's really that easy. Just shut the fuck up.
Go out and experience some trees
Hey,
without
dude,
thinking of
listen.
the word tree. I dare you.
Dude, and stay in your prison and
I dare
enjoy
you.
it.
Hey, don't tell me to stay in a prison.
Yeah, you can't
Now,
tell
if
me
you
what
like,
to do,
if
Slick.
you like to believe prison, knock yourself out. I'm not in it. I escaped. Deal with it.
I'm sorry, and I'm going to correct you on something. Every time, when somebody says something profoundly fucking stupid, like I don't have beliefs, while demonstrating with their own words that they have beliefs in a belief system, people are going to correct you because you said something profoundly fucking stupid. And
Well, dude, you can do that because, see, that's part of your programming. Your programming is to feel that if anybody say that they don't have beliefs, you're programmed to say that that's profoundly stupid. That's the code that you run on. See, this is what happens when you're just a machine and you're programmed. You're programmed to say that.
I think you're a program, Slick. You're a program to annoy people about the language that they believe in. That's what you're doing. You've been coded to do this. It's disgusting.
Well, it's disgusting. See what I mean? So now that's supposed to make me say,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is disgusting." So let me come back to belief so that I won't be disgusting.
No, I don't
That's
care
just
what
a
you do.
trick, Don.
My
It's just a
coding
trick.
is telling me
Don,
that your
all of
coding
this
is
shit
bad
about you're a
coding.
liar, you're dishonest, all that shit is nothing but a trick to try to make me say to myself, well, maybe I should come back to jail because I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be dishonest. So let me go back to prison because I don't want to be dishonest or a liar.
See how you're crying about the system again?
Ain't nobody falling for that shit, man. That's just a trick.
See how you're crying about the system again?
See, what you don't understand about a trick is once you understand the trick, it doesn't work anymore.
Still doing it.
You expect me to be still fooled by the damn trick?
No. To live a happy life.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Ideology.
Didn't somebody make
annoy people with language?
Didn't somebody say somewhere that it's easier to fool somebody than to convince them that they've been fooled?
Say it now.
Yes.
Now that's in your motherfucking language. Do you understand that?
When did this happen?
Well, I'm fooling you, Slick, now instead of trying to
So
convince
if somebody
you.
could pull up the quote where it says it's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them that they have been fooled.
That's why I can't convince you that you've been fooled.
It's only now.
Damn,
If
man.
they're not saying that now, then it's not happening now. Why are you talking about it? We can't even know what happened because it's
See the diversion? Now here's the diversion tactic now.
No, you're hearing the stupidity of your own
Yeah.
fucking
It's not my stupidity, it's one of your motherfucking sayings.
What was the context of that quote?
You tell me what the context
I don't know.
was.
I don't know, but I could.
Okay, well,
I
then if you
could
don't
say. I could say that there are many situations where it would be very easy to show someone how they were fooled. So it's not a broad sweeping statement that you could just make about everything and it would be true all the time. So the context of that quote matters.
Right, and this is why you're in prison. See, hold on. This is why you're in prison, Lewis, because that statement could have. Hold on, Lewis. I mean, dude.
Is a
that
fact a
statement.
fact? If a
Oh, let
fact
this
does not
motherfucker
call
finish.
itself a fact.
Now, Lewis, that statement could have got you out of prison, but you know what you did? You decided to not understand it so that you could stay in.
No, I asked you what you meant, what the context of it is.
Why are you asking me? I didn't write it.
You're the one who used it.
But
Is
I didn't write
a
it.
tree, whether or not we call it a tree.
Maybe the person that wrote it was trying to help you get out of prison, but what you decide to do is not understand it so that you could stay in, knock yourself out.
Well,
You're the
you
one that's
used
been
it.
fooled.
You used it in this specific situation because you thought it was applicable. I asked you about the context to make a determination for myself.
Okay, let me see if I can
it is
help
in
you.
fact applicable.
All right, let me see if I can help you with that. Okay, if it's easier to trick a person. Okay, now that's the part where you get programmed. Now the hard part is trying to convince you that you've been programmed. See, it's easy to program you. It's much harder to show you that you've been programmed.
Yes.
Now do you see? Hold on, Dawn. Now do you see how that's applicable, Lewis?
Yeah, I do. I get it. But if all you're saying is that having beliefs can make you predictable and able to be fooled, then that's something that everyone here already knows.
That's not what I don't know what the hell you just said.
Slick, this saying applies to you
I think
as well.
you're just I think you're just being intentionally disagreeable with me and people like me.
Okay,
because we understand your position perfectly well, and in principle, I don't think people here disagree with it. But the way you communicate it is really clumsy and leaves it open to so many bad interpretations that this is where you get all these arguments about the definition.